I'm like so excited for the pranks, but also like
Terrified.
All right, bring us in,
is
babe.
but is everything started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, sound pad real quick.
Say something witty.
Say something witty. Something witty.
Nice.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of your favorite podcast, Another Grooming Podcast. I'm Kathleen Austin.
I'm Juan Rivera.
I'm Kat Graney.
And I'm Nathan Austin.
No. You have to-
I'm Nathan Austin.
We all did
And
this.
I'm
Katie
Nathan
started it. Nathan's like,
Yeah.
He was like
It's
this,
opposite day.
based off the last time he was.
he's just doing his one hand.
And I'm Nathan Austin.
He's a little teapot.
And a little teapot, yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Hello.
So this episode is going to be a little bit different than our normal episodes.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, but I'm also a little
I'm a little
nervous.
nervy.
I'm scared.
a little nervous. We're going to be calling some people.
Cold calling.
Cold
They don't know
calling.
that we're going to call them.
Some people don't know. Some people we've told like maybe you'll get a call, maybe you won't, depending on how much time everything takes. But we're excited because we're excited to like hear from you guys. We're excited to like have a little fun.
Oh my God, I'm getting more nervous the more you talk.
I know. Like, my heart's
We're
racing.
like we're gonna be like real talk show hosts, old school.
I call Oprah.
Well,
I'll
she
be
is
Ricky Lake.
rich.
Ricky Lake. Who you call?
Jerry Springer.
Oh, I don't.
Jerry Springer over there.
I don't know.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson. She has a nice talk show.
Drew Barrymore.
You can't say Ellen anymore because
You
she's...
can't.
No, she's cut.
Can't.
Oh, she got
Canceled.
canceled. You know who I used to
Cancel.
like? Amori.
Okay, you could
Maury?
be Maury, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's the...
Old white guy.
You're not the father, you are the father. That was like his...
No, okay, what's his name? I forget. He was a bald black dude.
Montel.
Montel
Montel
Williams. There you
Williams, yeah.
go. I didn't have cable, so you know.
I used to watch it when I
Yeah.
stayed home from school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I used to
Oh,
watch like
damn.
all the talk. Well, I'd start in the morning with Price is Right, and
I used to do live with Regis and Kelly.
You know what though? The
No.
young people don't give a fuck about this.
Regis and Kelly.
I
Oh
know
my
it was
God,
Regis.
So funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Regis.
just Regis.
It was Regis and Kelly, and then it was... Who was after
Kelly and
Regis?
somebody.
Oh,
Michael Statham, right?
oh yeah.
No, not Statham.
What is
I
it
don't remember.
currently, Ryan?
And then it was Ryan Seacrest. Is it still Ryan Seacrest?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't
Who
know.
cares? Now it's her husband. Isn't it her husband now?
I don't know.
Mark
I
and-
don't watch nothing
Anyway.
like that. So
Ain't
not
nobody got time for
anymore.
that. It ain't on Netflix or Hulu.
yeah, I don't have regular
Don't watch it.
cable. So
Isn't that
Yeah,
what
same.
like Full House was about? The dad was like on a morning
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
The young people don't care about.
Do you guys
young
remember
people don't
Funny
care
as
about
Hell?
that either.
Do you remember funny as some videos with Bob Saget and it used
Yeah.
to be like in a fake living room on stage?
a living room. What's a living room?
Yeah, it was on a living room and they had like couches and stuff.
Yeah.
The old box ass TV.
Yeah.
Like the wood.
Yeah. with the
So
wood
we were
paneling
in a
on it.
like an airport and they had a museum section and they had one of those TVs and I was telling Katie, I was like, yeah, when I used to go to my grandparents, she had one of those wood carved looking TVs. And Katie's like, I don't think I was ever alive when someone had one of those.
No, I just don't think.
I'm like, oh
I
my
grew up
God,
with the
that's
wood
see, but
TVs.
like
No,
the
but
shit that I grew up with now is in a legitimate museum, and I'm like,
no, but like
what the
We're
fuck?
all
the difference is that my grandparents didn't live close to me. They lived in Illinois. So like I don't you know what I mean? Like I didn't get to go visit their homes and my parents didn't have
Yeah.
a TV like that.
Remember the TV you had to like pop it out to turn it on, and then
The
it was
dial.
wild. Yeah.
Like I'm sure my
You couldn't
grandparents
get the
had
channels
it,
anyways.
but
Mhm.
They're just
It had
all-
3 channels.
Yeah.
And the bunny
And then you had
ears,
to like add foil to the ends.
extend it.
or like bend it. You lose it or break it and use like what are the wire coat hanger.
Yeah.
No, but remember when you get the
Ghetto.
spicy channels like on cable and they'd be blurred
And you
out,
like try to make it out.
and you'd every once in a while you'd see like a nipple or something. Like,
Yeah.
I accidentally flashed Juan earlier. I was changing and I'm still wearing an old nursing bra. And
Oh
it
my
was
god.
Her left
flopped
tit was
open.
just like out. And she was like, she took off her shirt.
And you didn't
was gonna
know?
change it. No, she didn't feel it. And I was like, Cat, your tits out. She's like, ow.
I was like, Ellie killed my nipples. They're gone.
no
She doesn't feel the
sensation
breeze.
anymore.
Yeah. It's true though.
The numb, hairy nipples.
Were they hairy?
It was dark. I don't know. I couldn't see.
He was trying not to make eye contact with it.
Eye to nipple contact.
Anyway. Okay,
Before
so
we call randos, we should call my husband.
yeah, we'll call your husband. We'll get our daily question.
Is this all of it?
That's all.
This
They're
is one?
you have one.
Oh,
somewhere.
where's ours? What the hell?
I threw 2 at you.
Or is it this top one?
No, that's
Hello?
the last one.
Hello? Hi, you're on the air with another grooming podcast.
Is it these, Kat?
Oh, hello
It's just this
again.
one. That's last
Hello,
week's.
how are you?
These are just random questions.
Doing well.
That's good. We're ready for a question if you have it for us.
None of us can talk to her.
Oh, look, a strawberry.
Strawberry.
Okay.
Anyways,
Did you get my whatchamacallit? That picture I sent you earlier?
what?
The picture you sent me earlier. Oh yeah, the Pokemans.
The Pokemon Crocs.
Poke Crocs.
Polka cross.
He sent me
Yeah,
Poke Crocs.
they're so cute.
Oh.
Aww.
Don't
the
show my
Jigglypuff.
kids,
Aren't
or
they
then I'm
cute?
gonna have to buy
Save
them.
those.
Ooh, I like-
Birthday,
put it on the video.
Present ideas.
I feel like I'm a Snorlax.
ideas.
If I was a
Well,
Pokemon, I'd be a Snorlax.
Yeah, they're not,
You know
they're
what,
not
though?
released yet, but they're coming out with them.
That's a
They're not
freaking
released
cool
yet.
Pokemon.
Or
Snorlax is a
Jigglypuff.
sick ass Pokemon.
I like the Snorlax ones. They're subtle but still nice.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to feed mine enough, and he'd be skinny
I feel
Snorlax.
like I went like the longest way.
What?
Like they're like infinitely hungry. They just want to eat and sleep. Like
I am so a Snorlax. Just want to eat and sleep.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hi.
how you doing?
How you
Good.
doing?
All right. Well, we're ready for our question.
Let me know when you want me to read the
We're ready.
question.
We're
You
ready.
We're
We're
ready. Yeah,
ready.
we're ready.
All right. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Such an interesting question.
Oh my gosh.
Nathan, I feel like
Everything.
there's going to be a lot of things on your list.
Maybe okay, just real quick. Maybe if I had a steady home and was hit less.
sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a roof over my head and and got hit less, those
Yeah.
are good.
Other than that, it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
You were
It was a
afforded,
W other than that.
you were afforded the freedom to go do whatever you wanted whenever you wanted.
At the time,
No
it was like, this is great, you know.
Yeah.
But in hindsight,
Anyway,
I
Well-
wish I was taught healthier eating habits.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
mm-hmm. Ronnie, are you still there?
Yes.
Oh.
That was delay. I just wasn't sure if you had other things to do, because then you could answer and then go if you wanted.
Oh yeah. Let me see if you could change anything about the way you raised. No, I mean, not the way I was raised. I mean, I grew up with less money than other people, but I feel like my parents raised me the right way. As you know what I mean? Like I feel like I grew up to be I'm an asshole, but I feel like I grew up to be an okay person. You know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Fair.
So like that. So I feel like they raised me well. I didn't grow up with the best means, but I feel like I was raised very well.
A little
And I was
bit-
the baby, so I
little
also had
more-
my brother and sister to take care of me too.
Baby.
I was the baby
Yeah.
of the family.
Get your babies.
Just a
Goodbye,
baby.
bye.
All right. Well, thank you for your answer. I love you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Oh yeah, I love you too. I'm gonna go do fish tank stuff.
Okay. Enjoy whatever you're doing.
Enjoy.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Love you guys.
You too.
Bye bye.
Love you
Bye.
too.
Goodbye. Hang up now. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I could hang up on my. Oh, he hung up on me.
That's how it goes with our kids.
Yeah.
We're just like, hang up now. Because they literally just like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Anyway.
Yeah, it becomes a
Okay, what
battle.
about you, Juan?
I think for me, I love the way I grew up. I was always around family, always around cousins. I do agree with Kat with the healthier eating habits would have been great. I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, but one of my grandmas was my lunch lady in elementary school. So I always
So
got
cute.
like a stacked tray
Oh,
at
yeah.
lunch every day. And then I lived with my other grandma. So whenever I would get home from school, she would like overfeed me because Mexicans love to feed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
So
love
I
language.
think
The
that
Mexican food's not known for its like,
Healthy qualities.
yeah,
yeah. So that was
just being delicious.
yeah. And then my grandma sold candy. You know those like old ladies that used to like sell like.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so she would sell candy,
You
so I
got
would
the
just like
trifecta.
always eat. Yeah, it was bad. But I mean, aside from that, I grew up in Watsonville, but went to school with the white kids in Aptos. So I always had to all of my friends were far away. So I wish I would have had the chance to like hang out with them and like make the drive to where I was going to school to like hang out with them outside of
Aw,
school.
did you
'cause
not
I
get
feel
along
like-
with the white people as that much?
No, I did.
But they were far, right?
They were far, yeah. So I would always just be at home by myself or with my little sister.
Oh, okay. It was because your friends. You went to a different.
I went to a
town.
different town, yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I
It was like a
thought you
30-minute
were
bus
like-
ride.
Jeez.
I thought you
Like
were
a school
like,
bus, yeah.
they didn't accept me or something.
No. I left them. I wanted to hang out with them like after school, but it
Yeah.
was like then my mom would have to drive half hour to this, and
Yeah.
we'd go to the boardwalk, but like I couldn't go to the boardwalk because I lived 30 minutes that way. It was just I grew up in
Right.
In the valley, right? Where's the
No.
boardwalk in the valley?
Santa Cruz.
Oh, you did? You grew up over there?
I grew up in Watsonville.
Oh, wow.
Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in the warm California sun. Boardwalk.
I always thought it'd be cool to grow up there.
It was really nice. I was looking at the weather because over here it's so fucking hot, and in Elk Grove it was at 113,
Yuck.
and then in yuck.
I've never
And
known
then-
it to be that hot in California.
And then in
ever.
Watsonville 72.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went to Carmel yesterday, hence the burn. But it was like cold and like windy, and it was just so different. Like
Yeah.
it was actually nice because
Yeah.
it wasn't like a super cold, but it was overcast. But I got burned because of the overcast.
It is
I
crazy
think
how
about it.
like the weather is so it differs so much in California.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I like about it, though.
I like that you can go from the ocean to the mountains to the desert to the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When people
whatever.
call me or when people are like, it's so hot, I'm like, oh, I live on the bay, so it's like the hottest. I mean, it got
Tepid.
hot recently. It got up
Yeah.
to 100 actually, and it like really never does that.
Mm-hmm.
That was
It
unfortunate.
never gets too cold and never gets too hot.
I don't
People are
know.
listening to
I'm
this
a
like,
baby,
fuck them.
and I'm a baby. If it gets to like 50, I'm like,
Yeah.
too cold.
Yeah, but I like it like that. I'd rather be a baby and when it's
Oh,
cold
yeah, yeah.
or when it's 50 than like in -2 degrees. Like,
Okay,
no.
so like I prefer cold weather or hot weather because I feel like you can warm up faster than you can cool down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but when
you
it's
can only
cold,
take
always don't
off-
you like wish like, oh, I can't wait for it to warm up a
Yeah.
little.
Well,
and we can go
yes.
do outside things.
But like if I had to pick one extreme over the other, you can put more clothes on, but you can only take so many clothes off.
Oh yeah, I'd rather live in the snow than in the desert for sure.
Like if I had to pick one for the rest of my life, it would suck.
I feel like I'd just stay inside for either extreme.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Good point.
But then when you go out, would you rather it be hot or cold?
Cold.
yeah, because I don't want to be hot.
When we were in Arizona, we woke up at like 4 a.m. to go to the airport, and it was 100 degrees. What the fuck?
It was brutal.
I mean, it
I
was
hope you're
great.
never
The
going
trip,
back.
the trip was great. The salon was great. The people were awesome. The groomers were really hungry. But man, waking up and it's 100 degrees in the pit. It's dark out and it's 100 degrees. Like no.
I don't know if it was Arizona, but did you see that picture of those people walking outside with Crocs?
And they're
And
melting.
it was melting as they were walking. So they were like
Ew.
leaving like footprints of their melted ass Crocs on the sidewalk.
gross.
That's how hot it was.
Yuck.
I
Insane.
never want to live anywhere where it's that hot.
Well, what's it doing to your insides if you're outside for too long?
I
Anyways,
wouldn't be out 100 degrees.
I know.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I
now?
didn't get to answer the question.
Okay,
No
answer
one
the-
cares, Kathlena.
I care.
I'm just kidding.
Although your little danglies are distracting me.
I know. I thought they'd be fun. They're Isoldes, but I thought they were funny.
They're cute.
Anyway, I don't know. I to be fair, I took all this time thinking about it, and I haven't come up with like a super good answer. I do feel like my parents did a pretty good job with what they were working with. I was very well loved. They took good care of us. Like we weren't rich, we weren't like super poor though. We're financially like okay. I do wish that they like better prepared me. Like I feel like they kept a lot of things secret, right? Like they didn't talk about money ever. So like I'm terrible with money now, and I wish like maybe they had taught me more about like how to like save your money better or do this or that or
Other people would probably say opposite though. I wish my parents didn't freak me out all the time about not having money. So like,
well, no, but not about not having money, but just about like how to be like financially responsible. Because I am not financially responsible.
Well, my mom is like a money, like super
Hoarder.
frugal.
Oh my God, cat.
podcast.
Oh my God. She's really frugal, but I'm like, I think because she's always so frugal that I am a spender because
Yeah.
it's like a rebellion almost,
So like, I don't necessarily mean like I wish they had been like hard. I just wish that they had like discussed it
Educated us
at
more.
all, like educated me at all on it. I mean, I feel like that. I felt like I can't think of too much. I mean, they were decent parents. They weren't perfect, you
That's
know.
good. You don't want to
Yeah.
be like, I'm sad that I don't have a reason my
No,
childhood
no, no.
sucked.
I'm not. I'm just saying like.
I wish my
Well,
childhood sucked more for this question.
Like my mom always was like a more heavyset woman, but then we had gotten into like a car accident when we were younger, and she hurt her back, and so she started working out a lot, and she like got down to like 150 pounds. So we all like ate really healthy and like worked out. And so we kind of watched that journey. My parents were really open about like alcoholism because that runs in our family. And you know what I mean? So like, and they were really open about like drinking and sex. And like, they talked to me about, you know, so like, I appreciate that stuff that I can't really think of like too much. I'm not like overly traumatized or anything.
Her dad is like the first person I really met. And I always like, at first I thought like, whoa, this is trippy, right? Because I think, how old was I when we met? I think I was 20.
You were 21.
And
I
Katie had
was
just turned 18 like a couple weeks before, and she had me come over to her house. And I'm like, she's like, let's come in. You're going to spend the night. And I'm like, I walk into her house and
No, because your car broke down and you couldn't get home.
Yeah. And then
That's
we're
very
in
important in the
her
story.
bed, right? We're in her bed. And then her dad knocks on the door. And I'm like, I'm getting ready to jump out of my skin.
Out the window.
And Katie goes, come in. And her dad.
While you were in the bed?
Yeah. And her
went
dad.
out.
No, remember he came in and he
Oh,
was like,
maybe.
how's it going? And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, he's going to spend the night. And I'm like, I'm about to be killed. But he was so cool. He was so cool. But I kept thinking like, if I was him, I'd be like killing me.
Yeah.
Right. But later in life, after we got married, I asked him about it. I was like, man, like, what did you think? And he goes, you know, I didn't worry about her having someone over. She was an adult, and I trusted who she was and who she would pick.
Well, not just that, but like
And I
I
was like,
said, they
fucking
were.
A, that's such a good, like, that's so, like,
Well, like I said, they
so
were
wholesome.
very
Like, well, she picked a
open-
drug dealer. So.
yeah, honestly, though, she
Didn't know the truth.
She made a bad, yeah.
Well, look at it now.
You're a
Look
good
at it.
Exactly.
person. That you know,
But
and
that
like
always
I
stuck
said,
with me.
my dad was or both my parents were very open about like teaching me proper like things about sex, or you know, so like he didn't have to worry like, oh, she's gonna get pregnant. I knew how to like
You
protect
knew the
myself.
consequences
I
for
knew
your actions.
I knew how to protect myself, and I knew that my parents had my back. Like if anything happened, they weren't gonna be, you know what I mean? Like I trusted my parents and they trusted me,
Yeah.
but I think that came from a lot of like open communication.
He trusted the woman that you became.
Well, and then the thing they always said too is like me. He always said like if I'm like, oh no, you can't date this person, or what is that going to do? Nothing. It's going to push me to that person. But if you're just like chill about it, right? Then like the chips will fall where they may, but you're not going to like push your kid into somebody's arms that maybe they wouldn't have gotten with in the end anyways, right? But like now that you're like it's forbidden, now they're really going to go for it, right?
I want to be that way for Ellie. You know, it's gonna be hard, but like
It's probably
just
backfired.
be open and
Right? It's probably backfired on a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it just,
I'm sure.
You just, yeah.
I think it
we lucked
depends.
out. Everyone lucked
It
out.
depends. I'm sure it depends on the kid too, right?
Yeah.
Like because I feel like I'm maybe because I'm so anxiety ridden, so I think through like a lot of different things. I don't know. You were a good guy though.
Yeah.
So, you know, you did bad things, but in your heart I knew you were a good person. So
I just thought of something. Can I add to my answer?
yeah, go ahead.
My sister and I were talking about how growing up, our parents were always so like they're such hard workers and they couldn't stay still. Like my mom would work during the day and then she was going. Both of my parents would work during the day and then they would both be going to college at night. So they were always just super busy.
Overachievers.
So all we saw growing up was our parents fucking kicking ass and like working so hard. So I think my sister and I, we have a hard time not staying busy because that's all we saw. And to the point where we think we're like not doing enough because mom and dad did so. They came from another country and they went to school and they got their degrees and they did this and they bought a house and, you know, it's like they did so much shit that my sister and I are like, oh my God, what do we have to do? You know?
Right.
And then we had the conversation where it was like, well, they came
They
to
did that for you.
Right. Like they came and they worked super hard to give their children a better life. And they did.
Success.
And
So you don't
thankfully,
have to
we
work
don't
that
have
hard.
to. Yeah. And it's like, we go back and forth because it's like, they are just so badass.
Yeah.
And we're just like, I'm just a groomer. And she, you know, but it's like, they did their job.
Yeah.
So, but I do wish that I could see them just chill out a bit sometimes because they're in their 50s and they're still going hardcore.
So my mom
maybe
was
they're
like
crazy.
a worker, like at parties and stuff like that. She couldn't sit still, but now she's medically not in that same spot. But I can't sit still. I can't sit still for long periods of time. Every weekend I have to do something.
Well, see, it's weird though, because like I mean, both my parents are like, I mean, they had jobs and they worked and stuff, but I don't feel like they have that same like attitude or drive. So I'm like, where did I get it from? Because neither of my siblings are like that either. But then now that you say that, I'm like, I wonder what our kids are going to think in 20, 30 years.
Well,
Because
hopefully
we're
they'll
always
have a good work ethic.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, like he said, like he can't like relax because he always because we're always go go go. Our kids are going to be like, I have to live up to that same standard. But that's why we're doing
But
it,
I
right?
think I
Is
would
we're
rather-
trying to afford our children the opportunity to not have to worry as much because we didn't have parents that could help us like with things.
I would rather though have a kid that is overachieving because of that than
Oh, yeah.
underachieving.
Yeah.
So
True.
like end up on the streets or something.
True. So I guess we'll see. We'll come back in 20, 30 years and
Let's
we'll
infuse
discuss.
them with
Check back.
anxiety.
Episode 642.
I don't know because
600, 6,000.
That's only 2 episodes. That's only second year then.
I
Oh,
know,
no,
that's
wait,
why I'm
no,
like,
100.
No, 50.
Okay.
50, 52 a year.
Okay, maybe. No, that's still not enough.
Math.
Math.
yeah.
Well, who are we calling first?
Okay, yeah. So
Move this train along.
we are going to call people, right? So now here's the thing. We're gonna have a little bit of fun, right? We're gonna call some people that we're interested in being called, but we also are gonna call some people that I'm sure would love to chat with us, but we're gonna ask them some fun questions first and see what kind of responses we get. And hopefully nobody gets upset with us because it's all in good fun. So
who's
what
gonna do
what
it?
do we want to start
Yeah,
with?
I'm not going first.
What do
I'll
we
go
want to
first.
start with a prank call or do we want to start with a regular phone call to break the ice?
Well, you want to do the first call.
I want to do a prank call.
Okay.
You want to do a prank call?
Who do you want?
I have a list of like people that said that they work on Sundays.
Okay.
So I have like their names. Some of them I do have phone numbers. So if you want, I have Anthony. He took one of our classes that we did down in San Diego. He has the pink hair.
Yeah, but do you think he'll recognize my voice?
No, I don't think he'll recognize. When you're at work,
could
you're
do
not
the
going to
voice
recognize.
changer,
Will it
but
go
you'd have
through
to
mine?
No, you'd have to use.
But the thing is, I don't think he would recognize your voice. Why would he recognize your voice?
Try not to giggle every 2 seconds.
Okay.
Is it a phone number?
Yeah, I have his. I have the phone number. This is his salon number. I looked it up on his thing.
Thank you, Barks and Bubbles. How can I help you?
Hello, I'm looking for a new groomer. I'm wondering if I got referred to an Anthony. Is there an Anthony there?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Is that who I'm speaking to?
No, it's Chris, but Anthony is here.
Oh, do you think I could speak to him?
Yeah, sure. Just give me one moment. Could I ask who's calling?
This is Steve. I'm just trying to get a good appointment. I've had bad luck.
Sure. Just give me 1 second. Hi, this is Anthony. How can I help you?
Hello, Anthony. I had your number from one of my friends. I was wondering if you have any openings for my 150-pound doodle. He's an F1
Probably not for a
Australian
couple
Labradoodle.
weeks. Let me take a look at my availability. Oh, actually, I have availability on Friday the 19th if you want to come in at 4 o'clock.
And are you certified in doodles? Like, could you know the proper breed trim?
There's no breed trim for doodles.
That's not the information I've gotten online. So you're saying you're not aware of how to properly groom a doodle?
I've been grooming for 8 years. I've worked in corporate and private salons, and I promise you, any cut is breeder type. It's not, there's no breed cut for doodles because doodles encompass like a ton of different types of mixes. Really are just considered a mixed breed by the AK.
But he's an F1 Australian Labradoodle, not a doodle, just a regular doodle.
Yeah, so I have Australian Labradoodles that do come to me. The majority of our parents, when they ask for cuts that are standard for the dog, Australian Labradoodles do often have a similar cut, but a lot of it is preference because these are home grooms. So, or not home grooms, they are pets rather than show grooms.
All right. Well,
So-
he just turned a year, so I think he's ready for his first trim. That's when the breeder said I should bring him.
Oh
are
gosh,
you
I wish
gonna-
you hadn't listened to your breeder. So unfortunately, breeders are liars. So typically you want to get them started 4 months. So chances are the first groom is going to need to be a bit trim so that we can introduce him to the services and so on, because he's not likely to take to it just right off the bat.
I tried using my beard clippers on him, and every time I would get him close to him, he would try to bite me or yell. So I just kind of stopped trying it.
Yeah, that's pretty typical if you wait a year.
Oh no!
So that's the thing. You're gonna have a really uphill battle because you listen to the breeder.
Okay, well then I guess the last thing is his hair. When I touch it, it feels really thick. Like I can't feel his skin, but I want to make sure that his hair is left at least an inch long.
Not possible. We will be shaving that dog down probably in the shortest.
Oh, geez. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
so that's the thing.
Thank you.
If you can't. Wait,
Thank you so much. Okay, listen. This is actually another.
Before you hang up.
This is actually another grooming podcast.
Oh my God! Oh, thank God, you people! Oh God!
You had such beautiful
I
responses.
can't believe you people like that.
You did such a good job with that phone call.
You held your calm so well and such good information. Oh my gosh. You're our very first call today. And
What a
thank
great
you
first
so much.
call.
You are such a good sport. Like
Oh my gosh, you guys slayed me. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna get back to my groom now.
we
there
love
anything-
you.
I love you guys and I love your podcast.
Well, we love you very much. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Good luck with the rest of the call.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
Oh my
That was
God.
great.
He's probably all worked up.
Yeah.
Before you hang up, don't hang up.
He did such
Oh, well, now I wish
He
we
did
had
such a
listened to
good
see what
job.
he was going to say. Now I wish we had been like, okay. Tell us.
Nice job, Anthony.
Yeah,
Good
you did a
job,
wonderful
Anthony.
job.
It was
You did
great.
great.
That was in the face of great adversity, and you really
How did
held your
I
own.
do?
You
did
did
great,
really
too.
good.
Yeah. I would have been so mad at you.
Yeah.
Good.
So nice job.
Good job.
I've been on the other end of this conversation so many times, right?
You knew exactly what to
I knew
say.
exactly
Yeah.
what to say.
Yeah.
I'm like worked
I
up,
know.
like I was on the phone.
While you were on the phone, I was like, oh my God. Like, that was fun. That was super fun. Okay. Well, do we want to call, just do a regular phone call?
Yeah, let's do it. Look at my hand, my fingers like
I know.
shaking.
That was fun,
Okay.
but scary.
Are we gonna phone call or?
Well, so we have a few different people, right?
I probably pulled him away from his dog.
She might not answer. We might have to call again.
Your call is forwarded
just
to an
call again.
automated voice messaging.
Oh, it says Santa Barbara. That's not far.
Your call has been forwarded
no,
to an
she's
automated
Florida
voice
this
message system.
God.
How rude.
Maybe we should text her from
Just
the
text
number.
her.
Yeah, and say like, hey, it's AGP. Okay, she's texted us. Who is this?
APG.
Answer.
Our AG.
Oh, she's responding. Oh, shit.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Answer this time.
Hello. I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay. No, well, we called the first time, and I was like, okay, she probably thinks we're scammers. And then I was like, call again because nobody calls twice.
And then we call the third time just to be annoying. Hi.
Yes. Hello.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, annoy me all you want. I love it.
Well, so I don't think, we've been talking on Instagram, and I don't think we actually know your real name.
My real name is Francesca. Francesca Sanitate. Yeah.
Hello, Francesca.
Hello.
That's a beautiful
Hello,
name.
Nathan. I know. I recognize your voice.
Well, thank you so much for being available to us today.
Yeah. No, that's so great.
We really liked, the questions that you sent. I thought they were super interesting. We do have a couple of questions for you really fast before we get into your questions. How long have you been grooming?
Oh my goodness. I have been grooming since I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
And so that's like, gosh, like,
Math.
a long ass time. Yeah, I'm horrible at math. So I'll be like, it'll be like 10 years later. She's still trying to figure it out.
Groomers are
Long story
math.
short, you've been in the industry a long
story
time.
short. Yeah, I've been doing it for what feels like probably like 16 years now.
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
So I'm like,
Awesome.
yeah. So I've been doing it for a long time, and I actually started at Petco.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, you want to fight about it? We started at PetSmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like our mortal enemies.
Yeah,
or
was,
something.
was it a feud?
Okay, phone call over. Goodbye.
No, just kidding.
Was it a feud for you guys the same way it was for us at PetSmart? Because like it was always like, oh, Petco, yuck.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same. Oh, PetSmart. Oh my god.
Good to
What are they
know.
doing
where the
over
pets
there? And it
don't
was
go.
like weird because
The pets.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was.
Yeah, and
I
it's not.
hated
I
that.
never even
Sorry
knew.
for anybody that works at Petco, but I don't like.
I didn't know like a single person who even worked at Petco, but it was still like, oh no, yuck. Like,
Yeah. It's. I guess, and that's so weird.
yeah, I don't
Like,
know who
why?
started it. I don't know who started it or why.
It was the companies themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. So, are you an employee or an owner?
No, I'm actually the owner.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
I own the 3 C's.
nice. What are the 3 C's?
The 3 C's actually stand for my old dogs. They're no longer with us,
Aw.
but Coco, Callie, and Coco.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
so
was-
sweet.
They inspired the shop itself.
That's awesome.
Aw, that's so
Yeah,
sweet.
voting for those 3 guys, those little puppers.
Aw, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any like goals, long term or short term?
Long-term goals. A long-term goal is I would actually like to open another salon.
Nice.
And potentially like grow, not
Awesome.
obviously to like a corporate level or anything like that, but maybe have like another, like one or 2 shops,
Yeah.
either here in town or branch out to like, because I'm in Southern California, so I'm
Okay.
in Lompoc, which is like 45 minutes north of Santa Barbara.
Hmm.
So I'd love to like open a little shop in Santa Barbara, kind of like along the coastline, just kind of have the 3 C's. So that would be that's like the long-term goal that I'd love to work towards, that I'm
Do
working
you have
towards.
a crow friend or something?
Yes, actually I do. I feed the crows peanuts in my
Aw.
backyard.
Nice.
No, you're being a
Yeah.
smart ass. And she
you're
was
gonna
like,
have
yeah,
to,
Yeah.
you're gonna
actually, I
have to
do.
send us a picture so we
Yeah,
can post
we
it.
want
Video.
to see.
I
Feeding 'em.
will. They're my homies. Sometimes I'll
Aw.
have like 6 like just waiting for me,
No.
and I'm almost positive that they
Teenage
moved nests to my house.
I've always wanted to
So-
befriend a crow.
Yeah, I've always wanted to
Oh,
befriend
do it.
crows.
I've
It's
heard they're
awesome.
evil as hell, though.
Oh, I know.
To other birds,
No.
yes.
They're
Only if
so
you're-
smart.
Yeah, if you're mean to them, they'll be mean back and
Yes,
they'll hold it against you for
exactly.
forever.
Yeah, but I
Forever.
I was driving once and I seen a crow pull a baby bird out of another tree and then drop it onto the ground.
Yeah,
Out of a-
they don't
out of
even
a-
eat
it,
it.
it's
Out of
wanted to kill
another
it.
bird's tree.
You don't mess with crows.
Yeah,
know?
they are brutal, but if they pick you, then you're super cool.
You should
And then
come
you
over to my
die.
house. You should come into my house. I literally have crows lining my street constantly.
Feed him peanuts.
I should.
Let's get into it because you did have some really good questions.
Let her ask him, I think, right?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead
Oh.
and
Yeah. So I'll just kind of like read off of what I asked. So like, what
Yeah.
drove you guys to become more present on social media? And like, was it just the growth of social media in general and realizing that that's like kind of how everything is being shown? Because sometimes I struggle myself with being like super present, and I feel like you guys are very present on it. And yeah, so what
It's-
drove you guys to
well,
do that? Or
Me and Katie, we've always wanted to be not influencers, but
Mhm.
like our mentors, our judges, and certifiers, and we wanted to be that. And
yeah,
like the pathway to being more known in the industry is different than it used to be. Before it used to be just
Mhm.
like be a really good dog groomer, win competitions, and it's changing, and it's not so much that anymore. But when we
Yeah.
started social media, it wasn't to do that though. It just to be funny, honestly. Like there was a couple, I would see a video or a trending audio, and I would think, oh man, like I can turn that into a grooming thing, and it'd be so funny. And I did that for years. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it'd be funny. And then one day I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna like make the video and see what happens. And that first video got hundreds of likes.
yeah.
And so
that's
like
so cool.
and what really happened is my ADHD kicked into
Hyperfocus.
hyperfixation. And I hyperfixated it on it for like a year and a half. So here
Oh
we
my
are.
God, that hyperfixation. My husband tells me that all the time. He's like, you get so hyper focused on something. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
see, ADHD.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's definitely, but then we did see like a lot of potential, where, we want to be educators. We want to do all these different things. And it does give us an opportunity to like help educate people and to reach more people that we might not normally reach. So we found it so beneficial that we continued. And we really wanted to like include our friends in on it. And we started having discussions. What could we do to really make an impact on the industry? And that's we kind of landed on the podcast.
Yeah.
So then we all hyper fixated on that.
I mean, for me, I had zero interest in wanting to be on social media whatsoever.
Right.
And then I saw you two being on it, and I saw like how much fun you guys were having. That I was like, okay, I think I can see myself doing this. I'm a fun guy, I think. So I'm slowly getting in there.
And me,
Okay, very cool.
And me, I just have FOMO. So I try to do the social media stuff, and I'm not great at it. But I'm just here.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You're here for the ride,
Yeah.
but I'm with all of you guys. I think it's great. I love the podcast and hearing the topics that you guys cover. I think it's so great, and how you guys are so open to like covering different topics, because there's so many different topics I feel like are kind of like untouched or kind of like scrolled over within the grooming world.
Was there?
So that's really cool.
Thank you. That makes me feel great. Is there anything like you want to say to the people that are listening?
I just continue to ask questions and continue to learn and educate yourself, because I think that's just gonna help yourself grow. And whatever inspires you and whoever inspires you or gives you motivation, just keep letting people inspire you. Because I think, like I've messaged you, Nathan, about, regarding the Scotties and how it's inspired me to pursue like a more traditional way of grooming that breed. And
awesome.
And so that's like,
that's great.
So, I'm grateful for that, with seeing your content and hand stripping and stuff like that. And so it helps motivate me to pursue different avenues within the grooming field for myself personally as a groomer. So
that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Well, thank you so much.
You passed the test, Francesca. You passed the test.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate it.
Sorry for blowing up your phone.
No, keep blowing it up. I love it.
I know. I think it's hilarious you screened us.
I would have done the same thing.
Don't forget to text a picture of your crow friends to the number that called you.
Yeah, we want to see your
we'll
crow friends.
Yes, I will text. They'll probably show up. They're like, okay, this lady's talking, so
the peanuts are on their way.
The peanuts are on their way, crows.
Well, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much, you guys, as well. Bye.
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 Well, that was great, guys.
Yeah, that was so much
sweet.
fun.
Yeah, she was really sweet.
Oh my God, are our listeners the best?
Yeah,
they are.
I was like, just thinking I need to find her on
The three
on
C's.
the grams.
That's so cute. The three C's.
I know
from
about her dog.
babies.
I don't want to prank anybody. I'm nervous to do the pranking.
You want me to
Yeah,
do it
I'm
again? I could do it again.
Maybe we could do one that's like a little bit shorter, because that one was like long. Or
Yeah, but
do
it was
we?
funny.
Or was it? But maybe we should follow a different track then.
Okay.
Easy Dog Wash, this is Kate. How can I help you?
Hello, is there a Carolina there? I got referred to a Carolina.
Yeah, but how can I help you? Did you want to make an appointment with her?
I did. Do you think I could speak to her, though? I've had trouble in my last salons.
No, I'm sorry. She's currently working on a dog.
Well, do you guys... I have an English Cocker, and
English Cocker?
Yeah,
and
and
how much do they weigh?
he weighs 30 pounds. And he poops.
Okay.
He poops all the time. Every time he comes to the groomer, he poops and poops and poops. The vet said maybe to ask the groomer if they do anal.
Anal glands? We do anal glands.
Oh, that's great. And do you practice the kennel free, where my dog won't go in a kennel?
No, they must be in a kennel here.
Yeah, my dog always poops in the kennel, though.
Unfortunately, we do not allow the dogs to be interacting at all with each other. They must be in a kennel. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's
And
the only way we can have him here.
How many times will you rewash him after he poops? Because my last salon only rewashed him 3 times, and they just refused to rewash him anymore. And I feel like I paid money for my dog to have a clean butt, and every time I get him back, there's poop on it. Is 3 times too many times, or are you willing to wash him 3 times and dry him? He's in full drop coat as well.
We would probably do the same, because the fact is it just takes too much time out of our day. And after that, we have to charge you for the bath because we are using a bather.
Okay, last thing I just want to know is how many times will you rewash him if he needs to be rewashed?
It just depends. I mean, it really depends. It's a case-by-case basis.
What if I pay you? Will you wash him 6 times if I pay you for the 6 baths? I just really want him no poop.
We'll do it. However, we don't want this to be like an every time thing. Here we really aim to get the dog conditioned to be a really good bath dog and a haircut dog.
I have to say, you've done a very good job on all this like crazy questioning, but I actually don't. I have an English cocker, but I groom it myself. This is actually Nathan Austin from another grooming podcast. And we were just like messing around and like questioning you. So thank you very much.
Oh gosh, I'm busy, guys. No, just kidding.
So we were just messing around.
Carolina told us to give her a call.
Yeah, Carolina told us to give you a call. So I'm sorry if I took your day. I just want.
She didn't tell us to give you a call. We were trying to prank her. We were gonna prank her. We're
you guys
so sorry.
know her or something?
No, she answered a couple of questions online on Instagram. She had answered a couple questions and said she worked on the weekend. And so we were. She's a fan of our podcast, so we just wanted to say hey.
Yeah.
What's the podcast called?
It's another grooming podcast. And can we put this on the air on our podcast?
Sure.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Yeah.
I would have hung up already.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep my patience. I was like, guys, I don't want this dog to be pooping every time. Like, that's not a thing.
You did a great job.
did.
Thank you so much for being so patient.
Of course. I'm glad it's not a real case, though.
No,
You're
it's
like, I
not.
don't want to group this dog.
No more poopy dogs.
I was like, great. Now I got to tell her there's a dog coming that's going to poop.
everywhere, all the time. Is there anything you want to
All
say?
right. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right,
Look at
No, I mean, just, I love dogs. That's all I can say.
Me too.
Have
Me
a
too.
good one.
Have a good day.
Bye.
All right.
Whoops.
Oop, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
We thought we were done. I'm sorry.
She's like, I gotta get back to work.
Yeah, I
gotta
know.
get back to work.
I know.
know.
Sundays are probably busy.
Sundays are busy.
I feel a little bad about that
We're
one.
like,
Yeah.
can we talk to Carolina? And she's
feel
like,
bad? Why?
no.
I don't know. She's just like, she seemed busy.
It sounded busy in there.
Yeah.
Imagine
Also,
getting a
she
phone call.
didn't
It was only like
No.
5 minutes.
It
Most.
was
But-
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fine.
You know, when someone calls for Katie or Nathan, I always have to screen their calls. So
She does screen our calls. She'll be like, and who is this? And what are you calling for? And then she'll put them on mute and then she'll go, did you want to take this phone call? And then most of the time I say no. And then she'll go, so sorry, she just went to lunch. And then she'll say, call on the weekend.
I feel
When
like
you're
too,
close.
once we know people are doing this, it'll get better too.
Yeah.
But we need to come up with more of a game plan beforehand because I was like a little like.
That one was a decent. That
Yeah.
one was fine. I mean, the thing is
I would have
like
cut it a little
clients.
shorter, maybe.
The clients are always a little discombobulated. They
Yeah.
never make sense.
Yeah.
You know, I do agree with you though. It doesn't need to be too long. We could probably just ask a couple of questions and then it's another grooming podcast. Although she didn't even know who we were.
No.
Well, Carolina would have.
Carolina
Yeah.
would have. Carolina, why don't your friends
We
or
see you, Carolina.
why don't your coworkers listen to our podcast? Be shouting us out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get them
girl.
on it. Well, she's gonna listen now.
Yeah.
Kate, she could say those people.
It's like, what was that? What are you guys called again?
Okay,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
Next.
8675309.
Could you imagine if you had that phone number and everybody's just calling you?
Oh God, yeah.
I don't think as many people call it now, probably.
Now, but like back in
What
the
phone number?
day.
8675309.
It's an old song.
Hey
From when?
Jenny, I got your number from the writing on the wall.
Oh.
You're just trying to get me to sing, aren't you?
No. Is that a
Yeah.
song or like a jingle for a
It's a
commercial?
song
it's a
from the
song
80s.
song.
The song. That song.
Okay.
Song.
That's the thong song.
I know.
That's a banger right there.
It is a banger. Who's leading this? You?
Yeah, you.
No prank though.
No, this is not a prank one. This sounds a. Oh my god. Oh no, but Kat hasn't done one. You do it.
No, you do it.
Hello?
It's a
He hasn't
regular-
done one either.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, is this Britney?
Yes, this is she.
Hi, Britney. This is Juan from another grooming podcast.
And the rest of us.
And the rest
I
of us.
figured.
everyone.
We're all here as we're all
Hi,
just
everyone.
giggling like children in the background.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's the weather you're in the Carolinas, yeah?
Yes, it is literally like stepping out into Satan's butthole.
God.
That's what it's like when I get out of my
It
house
is-
too.
But we don't have the humidity
an
here like the
insane-
Carolinas.
Oh, the humidity is brutal.
So okay, so I follow you on Instagram. You follow me on Instagram, and I've
Yeah.
seen your new
Yes.
shop is so fucking cute.
It is.
Thank you so much.
What was the process for that? Like how you've been working on it for a while, yeah?
Yeah, we started working on it back in November after we found out that we could legally do it on our property.
Nice.
Isn't working
So
from
it's
home the
been a
best?
long process.
I don't think she heard you.
it's,
She didn't
it's
hear me.
been it's been rough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aw. Okay. Sorry,
do
I
you
brought
like
it up then.
do you like working from home like that?
Oh God, yes.
Right on. Our we just moved in our
It's a game
salons.
changer.
We moved in our salons like 5 minutes from our house now.
Most. That's like
Oh, nice.
maximum.
Yeah. Like we could
So-
literally walk right there and it'd take like 10 minutes to walk.
See, my commute's like 30 feet.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just like Britney, so
God.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That,
Are you going to any trade shows this year? Oh, you're going to Hershey.
The only one that I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to Hershey.
So exciting.
I can't wait.
Is that your favorite show?
It's the first one I ever went to in 2021, and it has been my favorite so far. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty awesome.
What are you looking forward to the most there?
Well, my main focus this year is more networking and more hanging out and meeting other groomers
Nice.
instead of focusing on classes, because I've taken so many classes already, so
Mhm.
I'm trying to like spread it out because there's so many things to do, and I'm like running around
Yeah.
like a chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
totally get that.
Yeah.
Yep, I get it. That's
And you-
awesome.
You got to do the fun part of it.
I don't know
too.
how you guys do so many competitions in one. I would get so stressed out.
Well, we
Oh,
always tell
yeah.
people it's like, well, how bad do you want it, you know?
Oh
And
yeah.
like, what are your
Yeah.
goals? How do they line up?
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about goals, do you have any short-term or long-term goals right now? I mean, you just opened up your new salon, but is there anything in particular that you're trying to strive for right now?
I'm just trying to have a successful business and focus on collabs with different companies and getting my name out there and all that. I do plan on competing in the future, but I want to
Awesome.
have my own poodle for that, and I
No.
don't have one yet. So
Totally understand.
Once you own your own poodle, it changes everything.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's so exciting.
And what
yeah.
size poodle do you want? Do you want a standard?
No, I don't have the time or energy for that. I have 2 multi-poos. I was thinking either like a miniature poodle or a Moyen poodle.
Mm.
I have a Moyen. Charlotte's a Moyen. She's so
Oh, really?
cute. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good size.
I think it's perfect. Although I do want a mini next.
I have the same size dog, but I don't call it a Moyen. I just call it a standard because
That's what it
that's
technically
what it is. No, I'm just playing.
Shut up. Well, mine's
I'm just
European,
joking.
okay?
Yeah, European. They come in 4 sizes in Europe. Yeah.
Do you have any questions or anything that you want to talk about?
I don't know. What is your favorite part of competing other than the hope of placing?
The friends.
Yeah, I think so too.
I love when like, especially we used to always be able to like have tables near each other, like when we were in the same like entry. So it would just be like 2 hours of grooming next to your best friends, and you just like goof off and have fun and like, look at each other's work in the end and be proud of each other and like hold each other up. And if you needed something, they had you, like, oh shit, I forgot this. And they're like, here you go, I got you, so it was just like the camaraderie is so beautiful.
Yeah, just working together and, you were talking about networking, and that's a different type of network, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is the grooming contest groomers.
And then, for me, it was like it's like 3 different things. For one, I just like the thrill of winning and competing, but then also my mentors or our mentors were all certified master groomers and had big competition careers. So like I've always wanted to be an educator, and that was kind of like a goal I set for myself. Like I want to prove to myself and to the industry through grooming competitions that I know what I'm doing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is just like for the fun of it. Or I guess I already said that. So I guess two things.
Well, like for me, I'm not very competitive, and I was never competitive growing up. So like the competition itself is not something that I like. Oh, I need to win. But I do like being good at stuff, and I like being told that I'm good at stuff. And being in a competition where you get a placement, it's like, oh yeah, I am good at this, you know?
Yeah.
So I think and the networking, of course, is super fun.
But also the learning and growing you achieve when you get your critiques and stuff. You may not be placing, but if you're growing each time you compete by fixing the things they told you about last time, you feel good about yourself and the steps you're making towards improving that groom.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Are you more nervous or excited about starting to compete? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I have like really bad stage fright, so
Yeah.
I don't know how
Says
my
the
nerves
singer.
would do with
Says
that.
the singer.
Well, yeah, I do karaoke at bars where people are drunk, you know? Like I don't
Yeah,
you
but
gonna
you know what? I
karaoke
would never.
at Hershey?
I can get on stage and like talk to a bunch of people, but I would never, ever in a million years sing in front of a bunch of people in a bar.
We're going to get Nathan drunk and make him karaoke in.
Yeah, then I might do
Hershey.
it. Then I might do it.
Well, there's karaoke after the awards.
You get enough drinks in me, I'll basically do anything.
Are you gonna karaoke at
Do
Hershey, Britney?
anything. Oh my God.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, do you have like any stories that you like, any like
anything you want to share?
good or bad or anything that you want to share with us?
I mean, I don't know. Like ambassadorships, like I don't know. I feel like I'm put on the spot, but
Oh, you're fine.
ambassadorships, I feel like that is something huge in the industry. And like for me, I still can't quite wrap my head around it. The fact that I am partnered with 4 different companies and 2 more that are coming that I haven't announced yet.
Oh, right on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm still like reeling and freaking out about it because I'm just thinking like me, just like a random regular old pet groomer who's never competed a day in my life, am repping these companies, and I'm just like, how am I here? Like, how is this real?
Well,
Like, it doesn't make sense.
You're killing it though, because I know you haven't been grooming for a like super long time, right?
A little over 7 years.
Okay, so it's been a
No,
while.
that's a decent
but like
amount,
you have
yeah.
like such a big following online, and your work is so good, and you're like working with all these brands and stuff. Like, are you super proud of yourself? Like, you're killing it.
I'm so proud of myself because
Yeah.
I never would have thought that it would come to this.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're making yourself happy because that's very important.
And I'm excited to meet you
Thank
in
you.
person at
Yeah.
Hershey.
Yeah.
Same, all of us. We'll all
And
be
maybe
there.
Yes.
if I am tipsy enough, maybe we can do a duet at karaoke.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
maybe.
What
Maybe.
song would you do?
That
don't
sounds fun.
I don't know. Maybe I'll cut this
Oh,
out. Maybe it
God.
won't make it because now it's gonna happen.
No. So
We'll see.
is there anything before we go? Is there anything you want to say to people?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me all these years and all of the people who I've met in the industry that have helped boost me up and lift me up. And I've reciprocated and made all these connections and bonds. I just feel like it's an ever growing field, and it's so heartwarming to get to know so many other groomers and make all these connections and be emotional about things without being judged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And I'm so grateful for everyone that I've made connections with in this industry.
Aw.
Oh, well,
That's awesome.
yeah. Well, it was great talking to you. This has been nice.
Yeah.
If
thanks
there's any
so much.
awkward silences, we'll just cut them out. You know.
And I have to say, your podcast has been one of my top favorite podcasts to listen to because you
Thank
cover
you.
so much. And I love how weird you all are.
Thank
And you're
you.
very
I take
relatable.
offense to that.
No,
Well, you
stay
know.
weird.
It's
It's a
weird
groomer
in a
thing.
good
It's
way.
groomer
Weird in a
thing.
good way.
Yeah.
It's a
It
dog groomer
is.
thing. Dog
Yeah.
groomers are just
Thank
freaking
you.
weird.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah,
Love
well,
you guys.
congratulations on your salon, and you
And
have a
you-
good when we're gonna like hang up now because I think it's time, right?
Yeah, but we'll see you at
We'll
Hershey.
see you
We'll
at
see you at
Hershey. Bye.
See you at Hershey.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good day. Bye.
Here, pass that to Kat. If he answers.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jorge?
It is.
Hi, this is Kat with another grooming podcast.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Hey.
We're all here.
We're all here, and we are on the air recording.
We're on
so.
the air recording. So we
Oh,
just,
okay.
we wanted to call and chat with you. We saw that you had some questions for us, and But first of all, before we get started, how long have you been grooming?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer. I've been in dogs since I was 19, but I started from doing kennel work.
Mhm.
And then even then I was, assisting groomers, wherever I was needed.
Yeah.
And then I went and worked for, dog show people, and I did more grooming there, more like hand stripping. And then I went on to like commercial grooming, if you will, about 12 years ago.
Awesome.
nice.
So it's kind of cool. You have like all the aspects of the grooming world and the care of every dog. That's awesome. And so do you own your own business now or?
No, I do not. I work for a shop.
Awesome.
Nice.
Do you have any what are your goals, and do you have any favorite breeds?
Oh, well, I'm a terrier person. I was, come from a terrier family, and that's kind of like was embedded into my head
Hey.
growing up.
Hey, me too.
So,
Well, okay, so I
yeah,
noticed
I see that.
I
Go
noticed your
ahead.
last name was Rangel. So are you is there any relation?
Yes, there is.
Oh.
I was like, okay, a hand stripper with that last name, there has to be relation.
Awesome.
Well, then
Yeah,
you're
he's my uncle.
very lucky, very cool. I would definitely love to have been brought up you have, I'm sure, so much knowledge that I don't think I could learn in like the next 30 years.
Yeah, that's
No,
amazing.
no. No, that's the thing that's why, like, my question was related to that because,
Let's hear it.
Excuse me?
Let's hear it. What's your question? We so you could read it
No,
on the air right now.
Okay, yeah, that's right, because you guys read it, but the other people didn't. So nobody would know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So my question was, I was comparing, old school grooming versus the newer generations. Like, I personally grew up, looking up to people, and I started from scratch, being a bather and then working my way through, the process to become a full-time groomer, and it's the way that it used to be done back in the day,
Right.
and even before I got to work for Gabriel, I started in dogs because of another handler who's also kind of like a big deal in the show world, and I learned a lot from him. And you don't realize those things until later in life, how much you learn from these people,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how much you look up to them, and what a huge mentor they were to you,
Yeah.
and how knowledge they have, in anything regarding dogs.
Right.
And then, not that I have anything against, the new generations. I think that there's no such a thing as being done having learned
Right.
about anything. What I'm seeing is that newer generations almost seem to care more about social media and, put your name out there to where you can do a seminar.
Right.
Not necessarily take seminars, but, I'm doing a seminar. I'll show you how to do scissoring, Asian style, fusion style, whatever it's called, hand stripping. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I see that the newer generations I don't see that, I'm looking up to somebody, I want to learn from somebody else. It's more like, I already know how to do this, and I'm going to show you how to do it.
Right.
That was my question. Like, for instance, I see Nathan,
Yeah.
and I see that, he works, he does beautiful work on Scotties,
Right.
and that couldn't have been something that he learned in 10 minutes. That
No,
it takes years of practicing and, getting good at. And then I don't know. I mean, I guess that's more or less a
So
question.
I totally understand what you're getting at. And I think for me, personally, is I think it goes hand in hand, right? Because like I absolutely think like everybody should start learning how to bathe properly, because that's like so important to the haircut. So I think everybody needs to like learn how to bathe and blow dry and work different coats and like start with all those basics, and then once they have those things, work their way up. And I do think we always recommend find a mentor in your area, especially if you're looking for a specific breed or different things like that. And so I still think those things are like totally important, especially like if you're trying to specialize in something. But then I see the advantage of having somebody like Nathan who has taken a lot of the time to get that like special one-on-one mentorship to be able to spread some of his knowledge to people that maybe can't make it to, they can't find somebody in their area, or maybe they can't commit to really like super specializing in that area, but learning how to do like a better pet Scotty trim than they're already doing. And I do think like definitely you can't learn in like 10 minutes, what you're looking for, but it's any little bit helps better than nothing.
And I do think, unfortunately, it's just a different landscape nowadays. Like
It is.
in order to be visible, you kind of have to put yourself out there on social media, and not everybody. And I think it's the same before, because even before social media, there was breeders and stuff that were, maybe one might be grooming way better than the other, or a handler grooming way better than this breeder. And who you learn for, it's the same thing, but it's amplified. I feel like the people going out there and learning and that want to learn, they have to do their due diligence and make sure that they're learning from the people that are qualified. And like, there's no filter, right? There's no like, you have to do this or you have to do that. Like, you have to go out there on your own and figure out who is qualified to teach me, Unfortunately, that's something that go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, one of the problems that I see is that you're right. I think there has to be a filter. There has to be, I guess, a way of control. I don't know if control is the right word.
No,
but,
I think it's only the people, only the person themselves that is looking for education is the one that has to figure out who's going to educate them.
The best.
Right.
The best, yeah.
I think that what I see also that it's happening a lot is that a lot of people say they want to become groomers, and then they think that, if I just go and find, whoever is saying that can teach me,
right?
And because I seen it, I heard it, $2,000, and it's a 6-week program, and then you're a groomer.
Oh,
and
that's not long enough.
I don't think you can learn how to wash a dog properly in 6 months.
No.
Yeah. I honestly think
it's very time consuming.
Me and like everyone on the show, we're all kind of in like, I kind of think that the only way you have to make a floor, and I think the floor is going to be licensing.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, and but like, if we want to elevate, there has to be a floor, but there has to be a bottom that we could build up from. And I feel like
it's kind of like controlling quality, yeah.
Yeah, so because right now you just pick up a bottle of shampoo and you're like, I'm a groomer now, and that's all it really takes.
Yeah.
So, and then the other problem I see with that is, and this is going to be a good example, I hope. I've been thinking about this, and I'm going to use Nathan as an example. I really admire the way that he does Scotties,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I know he can do all terriers, but I see more Scotties on your videos than any other breed.
Yeah.
That's not a breed that you can, master, in overtime. It takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a wire fox terrier type of guy.
No surprise.
Same
So every time I'm done grooming one of my Scotties in my care, I ask my mentor how I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now in your area, Nathan, and probably in a really large area, Nathan is the only one that can pull a Scotty the way that he does.
Actually, I appreciate that, but my wife is actually better than I am. It's funny because she critiques my stuff usually.
Okay, well then, I apologize. I see.
I understand. I'm the face.
He's trying to win brownie points. That's what he's doing right now. He's trying to win brownie points.
I'm trying to get laid later, man. Do you have anything you want to say to the listeners or anything before we say goodbye?
Well, I just, I'd like to wrap up. Thank you for, allowing me to put in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But,
we appreciate you.
Well, likewise. Thank you. I just like to say that, if anybody out there that is, either getting started or already, a well-established groomer, just always keep in mind that the dog comes first and foremost before anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Safety of the dogs, the well-being of the dogs, I think that should be more important than our egos and what we perceive ourselves to be as as groomers.
Yeah, definitely.
So just everything you do, do it for the right reason, and the money will come. I think that was eventually that's the reward that it comes with it. But take care of the dogs first and foremost, and always be safe, and just baby steps. You have to make mistakes. That's another thing. I should know that it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Nobody learns by not making mistakes and being perfect from day one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
our Scotty breeder actually called me after a trim I did recently on one of her dogs, Scotty, and she was like, "Nathan, you got to start grooming that dog better, otherwise I'm not gonna let you use him." So
everybody,
like-
we're all trying to always be better. So
Yeah. Never stop learning.
never stop learning.
Yeah, so thank you.
That's right.
I
That's
really
right.
appreciate your input.
Yeah, thank you so much for being
Right.
available today. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
thank you guys. I hope that I wasn't too convoluted, or I knew.
No,
No,
I mean,
not
You
at
were
all.
great.
Not at
you
all.
were great. Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate you.
So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You
as
too.
well.
You too.
Bye.
Well, that was great. I think
No, I
people-
thought that was really. I thought that was really
this
nice.
episode as a whole. I think people should. We should tell people like to message us, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can message us and maybe be on the air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
message us your questions and let us know, and we
on
can give you a
another
call.
grooming podcast though, because while I do appreciate when people message us singly, if it's something for the podcast, sometimes it does get lost.
Yeah.
Because I'll try to like take screenshots and send it to the group, but then,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, if
and
you
I
have a
do
question for another grooming podcast,
send it to another grooming podcast.
or if you want to get on the air,
Yeah. I also would like to remind everybody that we get a lot of messages in general, not just another grooming podcast, but Nathan, and I try to respond to them in a timely manner, but sometimes it takes me a while.
we
So
will answer
please-
your message.
Please don't be
Eventually.
offended if you message and I don't get back to you right away, or especially if you have a more difficult question or a more time-consuming question, then I don't always get to them right away because we do have a business and 2 kids and
We just gotta
11 dogs.
We don't want to say something stupid to you.
But it just takes time. I want to make sure that I'm giving, if I'm responding to something, that I'm doing a good job. So,
Well, that was great. It was an hour and a half, so like we should wrap it up, right?
all right. Are we ready?
It
Wasn't it
wasn't
you?
me.
It wasn't you?
Yes, sir.
That was Katie this time.
Oh, it is me.
So you should tell people like, hey, we love doing this. If you
Yeah.
want people to,
Yeah.
try to make it
so,
short, right?
I mean, well, we just said that, I feel like, didn't we? We literally just said that.
Say it again.
Okay, we loved doing this. So we really hope that if you guys are interested in being on the air, give us a message, shout us out. Maybe I think we're gonna make this like a regular thing. I don't think we're gonna do every episode a whole thing, but maybe like one phone call an episode.
I think that'd be good. One phone call an episode.
Yeah. So if you
And
want to
maybe
be
one prank call.
selected,
Dana likes a prank call.
I
if you want to
like
be
it.
selected, please shoot us a message.
If you're open Sunday and you may want to get a random prank call someday, let us know.
Or if you know of somebody open, because
Yeah,
like
if you
once
have a
people
friend-
once people see this, they're gonna expect it. So like,
If you have a friend you want pranked, also call us or message
Yeah.
us with the information. Also, I believe either Barkley nominations or Barkley just regular voting might be out by now. If it is, I mean,
show us some love.
don't forget about us should you choose to, because we love you very much.
No,
I
the
hear this
kids
is
are
the
doing
old
it- the
school
kids
one.
are doing
Yeah,
it.
the kids are going like this now.
Oh my God.
I feel like the
It
the
hurts.
the heart is pretty, but the rest of my hands are ugly. Look at that.
The whole thing looks stupid. Yeah. Nope.
Go back to this.
Anyways, so,
I like that one too.
we would love your support. If not, I'm sure whoever you're supporting is awesome as well. But we love you. Thanks for tuning in to another grooming podcast. Bye. Who's that?
Should I answer it? Hello?
Oh, it's the salon. It's Carolina.
Hello?
Hello?
All right, let me turn everything back
Wait, hold
on.
on.
Hold on. Wait.
Hello?
Hello.
Is this Carolina?
Yes, this is Carolina. Hi, guys.
I hope we didn't get you in trouble.
Are you in trouble?
No, I didn't get in trouble. It just we have like a manager and we have someone who runs the front. So she usually likes to, take in all the phone calls and not really bother us when we're grooming.
Hey, that's
She's a
nice.
she's a bulldog.
Sometimes the pet parent has a lot of questions.
I'm like, can I talk to her? And she's like, no.
No, and then
So,
they take really good care of me. A couple of weeks ago, I had someone a little creepy.
Oh, no.
Who was just so insistent about knowing my schedule.
Yeah.
And so my team has my back in terms of that.
Good.
And I think that's why they were being a little protective.
So
that's awesome, though.
Quick couple questions. Do you have any long-term or short-term goals? And what's your favorite dog breed or breeds?
If you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, no, of course. I think my favorite dog breed it'd probably be just like pit bulls. Just because that's what I've had all my life.
That's one of mine too.
Yeah, and I know we don't breed them, like we don't groom them, like haircut wise and stuff, but just their personality. And I've been so fortunate that when after my pit bulls passed away, I was able to rescue one, and so they always come back in my life. So they're obviously my favorite breed.
They hold a special place for you.
In terms of thank you. In terms of like long-term goals, actually, I was thinking of DMing you guys back because my coworker Kate told me all about the phone call, and watching your podcast on YouTube, it's really been kind of inspiring for me because
good. That's what we want.
I learned to groom. Like I don't know a lot of other groomers besides the 2 or 3 groomers that I've
that's okay.
been with, and just hearing how you guys want to further the education of groomers, I think is amazing because
Thank you.
for myself personally, before going into grooming, I was going to college and I was doing all my stuff and I really was passionate about this. So if I could further my education also and, become a master groomer like you guys, like I think that's one of my ultimate goals right now. And that's probably because of you guys.
Thank you.
I'm really grateful that you guys do your podcast and you guys are able to share so much great information with other groomers because a lot of times we're not exposed to all that. We're just kind of secluded in our little shop and we don't know what's out there. So thank you guys for it.
Well,
that might be the nicest comment ever.
You've gotten me tearing up over here. Do you guys
I
see
know.
that?
Thank you.
That's
we really
exactly why we're
appreciate
doing
you.
this.
I know. I was a little sad we couldn't.
Thank you guys.
I was a little sad we couldn't prank you, but I'm glad that I'm glad that we got to talk to you still.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? She's like, someone called you from the radio. I'm like, the radio?
I know. She was like, wait, who is this? And we're like, another grooming podcast? And we're like, oh my God, she doesn't know who we are.
She's like, who is that? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, we're like, oh.
I was like, now you got to get her listening.
Kate, she's so serious, yeah.
He's like, I'm Nathan Austin. And she's like, I don't know.
It was nice.
A little humbling moment for Nathan.
Yeah, a little humbling, yes.
Yeah.
No, it was really funny.
It's good to be humbled sometimes.
It is. Yeah. No, it was really funny. So thank you so much.
Some losers on the phone. For
no, thank you guys. Thank you guys for reaching out. It definitely made my weekend. It is so hot, and where we work at, it is so hot. So I'm like, this put me in a whole better mood. Thank you guys.
Well, thank you. Well, keep us updated as you start, your journey to get your master certification. You keep us updaed because we'd love to be a part of it.
And then if you guys ever have the opportunity, in your shop, I'm someone you can think of.
Awesome.
Because I can always use the help in getting there.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you're in California, so you could shoot up here and take classes and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I have no kids. I don't have dogs of my own right now, so
perfect.
I'm always up for anything. But
awesome.
Thank you guys for being such a motivating team for little groomers like me.
Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
You say that, but I just shave butts too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
We all just shave butts.
Yeah.
And record them a lot. You record butts a lot.
Yeah, you do record a lot of butts a lot.
Yeah.
All right, have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.